Hello, Medofopa. The other day I made this delicious Suya chicken wing stew that is just so versatile and delicious. Have it with your boiled yams, boiled ripe plantains, fried yams, kenke, rice. Oh my goodness, it is just on point. So I decided to share it with you, and I'm going to show you how I made it. So I made it the same day that I made my finger licking Suyalized chicken wings, and I reserved part of the chicken wings for this stew. So the full recipe for how I made the chicken wings is on the channel. Look for finger licking Suyalized chicken wings and see how I made it. It is just so easy and straightforward. For the seasoning of the chicken wings, I used some lemon juice, After Village Kitchen's 10 spice blend, After Village Kitchen's Suya spice. This will be available to buy from the website very soon, so do check it out, and some salt for taste. So I basically rubbed it into the chicken really well, covered it, and let it season overnight. If you don't have overnight and you've got some couple of hours, that will be great as well. Now for the stew, I used some bell peppers, red, yellow and green bell peppers. I basically used one bell pepper each and divided it into halves, and used parts for my finger licking Suyalized chicken wings, and the other was for the stew. Other ingredients that I used were some onions, spring onions, garlic, ginger, scotch bonnet, herbs. I used thyme, sage and coriander, and of course my simmered tomatoes, which you can find how I simmer my tomatoes on the channel, some oil, some curry powder, 10 spice blend and more suya powder. So for the stew, I used 2 medium-sized onions, blended it with the spring onions, the garlic, ginger, pepper and the herbs. I reserved the other onions for my sautéed bell peppers that went into my stew and my finger licking Suyalized chicken wings. To blend the onion mixture, I used some oil instead of water. And I also added in a bay leaf. So I used 1 bay leaf to blend with the onions, and also 1 to stew. So my doctor, this is all there is to this versatile and delicious stew. So I started cooking by heating up my oil and adding in my blended onion mixture. And you know how sometimes it's so difficult to get that little bit of onion mixture from the bottom of your blender? The trick is to add a little bit of water, blend it, and everything comes out nice and clean. And this is my other trick and tip, how to wash your blender. I basically add some water and some dishwashing liquid and whiz it up. And this is the part that my little one likes, my 3-year-old. He just loves operating the blender, so yes, I let him get on with it. And your blender is nice and clean. Now checking on my onion mixture that's been frying away, it was almost done. Because I used oil, it didn't take that much time for the oil to come to the top, and I knew it had simmered down nicely. But I did give it a few more minutes, and I used that time to cut up my onions, which will be used to saute my bell peppers for adding in later. After this, I checked on my onion mixture, which had simmered down beautifully. So I proceeded to add in my curry powder, some more suya powder for that extra suya flavor and taste in the stew. I recommend this, but it is optional. And then I also added in some 10 spice blend for the full flavors, the African flavors to be added to my stew, and the extra bay leaf that I had. So I stirred this and I allowed it to stew for some couple of minutes. This allows all the oils from the spices to get released into the stew and adds it flavor and taste. At this point, you should have been in my kitchen to just take that smell in. It was smelling so good and I knew it was going to taste good. So it didn't take long. It was ready for my simmered tomatoes, and I always recommend that you simmer your tomatoes, especially when you don't like having your stew to splatter everywhere. That's one thing I hate, so I always simmer my tomatoes. It helps develop the richness and the taste and flavor of my stew, plus it helps to quicken the cooking process. So I do recommend you do it. Find how I do it on the channel. Search for simmering, how to simmer tomatoes. So I let the stew, I covered it and let it simmer gently on a low heat for all those flavors to marry and for the stew to cook. Now on to sauteing my bell peppers. This is also optional, you don't need to do it, but I was looking for the sautéing lala stew, okay? And more taste and flavor. So I went ahead to just saute my onions in some ghee. You can use any oil of your choice, but I love using ghee to saute stuff because it's got the nuttiness and it's just flavorful. And I added in the bell peppers, I added in some extra suya powder, some 10 spice blend and some salt to taste. So I allowed this to just, saute just a little bit, just for it to get charred a little bit on the underside, but not to get soft. I still wanted some crunchiness to remain because it's going in the stew and it's going to soften up a little bit. So just a little bit of charred bits on the bottom side of the veggies, and that was it. And I tossed it to make sure all the spices was coating the vegetables, and basically that was it. As soon as it was nicely coated, I switched it off and it was ready to go in my stew. Once the veggies was done, I checked on my stew, which had stewed nicely. The oil had come to the surface and I proceeded to skim it off. I do not eat all that oil. If I'm heavy-handed on the oil, I always make sure I skim off excess oil. I don't need to eat it, and I recommend that you do it as well. This oil can go into preparation of other stews that you're going to make. It helps you to develop flavor in quick and easy stews. At this point, I tasted my stew and corrected the seasoning with salt. My chicken wings were also ready. I made this on the day that I made my finger licking chicken wings, so this was ready. But if you are making it, remember to start grilling or baking your chicken wings as soon as you start making your stew. So I put everything into my stew and I mixed it all up, allowed the flavors to infuse for some couple of minutes, and then proceeded to adding in my sauteed bell peppers. So if you decided not to saute the bell peppers beforehand, just put in the raw bell peppers with the extra onions, and that is also good as well. But for the sauté lala version, I will recommend that you do this. Always check for your seasoning at the end of it all, and then correct it with extra salt if you need to. So here my stew was ready to be served with some rice, first choice, or some boiled ripe plantain, my second choice, some kenke for the easy choice, or some boiled yams, or make some gari photo with this stew and have the chicken wings on the side. I'll leave the choice to you to make. So yes, don't forget that you can also get our products, our 10 spice blend, our shito, and our buffalo mix from our website. And also don't forget to subscribe on the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. So see you next time, and to be kept in the loop, don't forget to press on that notification button. Click on it, and then you'll be notified when I drop that new video. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.